Hello friends. So in previous lecture we just completed types of irrigation that called as subsurface irrigation. Clear? So the third type that called as sprinkler irrigation. Then after we discuss about drip irrigation. Clear? So in this lecture, please attention on that. So we will start that sprinkler irrigation. So this is a sprinkler. You aware about that? What is the look like a sprinkler? And in sprinkler irrigation, you know that the water is applied in the form of like a rain, done or like a spray. So that called light rainfall, which is the form of precipitation that called drizzle. Clear? So in sprinkler irrigation, the water is applied in the form of drizzle. Clear? To crop. The next that called overhead irrigation, done because the irrigate above the ground level or above the crop. So there are some advantages. Clear? Then first one, when surface irrigation method is not sufficient, so you can use sprinkler irrigation. So there are some situations when sprinkler irrigation which is very useful. So in this method, you cannot be prepared a land. Clear? So like in surface irrigation method, you must prepare a land for irrigation. But in sprinkler irrigation, the land preparation is not required. Then second one, sprinkler irrigation is used when the topography, otherwise the slope is irregular and otherwise slope are excessive. Soil is erosive, means what I mean when the land had that particular soil which is more erodible. So at that time you can use sprinkler irrigation method. Done. So the ground strata or the ground layer which is changed within a depth. Clear? So at that time, like within a depth, that layer is gravel or sand level. Clear? So at that time or at that location, we can use that particular surface irrigation method. So at that time, we use sprinkler irrigation method. Clear? So there are some conditions which is very useful to sprinkler irrigation. Clear? So there are some sprinkler irrigation component. So first one, that pumping unit. So in pumping unit, the pump which is useful for the lift water from the water source like a valve, like a canal and supply to the main pipe. So that called pumping unit. Then second one that called main delivery pipe. So which is buried in the ground, otherwise in some times that above the ground. So this is made from concrete, asbestos, GI, plastic, clear and as well as cement, which is the dia has 5 centimeter to 15 centimeter, and then third one laterals. So these laterals are connected to main delivery pipe. Clear? Like, and the sprinklers are lifted on the lateral with riser. You know that stain called riser. Clear? So above the lateral, sprinklers are fitted with riser. Then fourth one, sprinkler. So there are mainly two types of sprinkler, as you know that fixed head and then rotating head. So most often you say that you see that rotating head. Clear? In garden. There are some other accessories which is used in sprinkler irrigation. First one, special couplings, regulating valves, pressure gauge, bands, elbows, plunge clamp. Clear? So these are the components which is used in sprinkler irrigation method. So next, types of sprinkler system. So there are two types of sprinkler system, fixed nozzle type. So in first one, fixed nozzle type, as per the diagram, the lateral pipes, which is above the crop, clear, and having the small holes between some space, which is drilled at the top and some spacing along the land. That called nozzle. So that pipe are installed parallel to each other. Clear? Not a perpendicular to each other. Pipes are installed in parallel to each other. So this is a pipe here and this is a nozzle. Which pipe are used? So lateral pipes. Clear? So that pipes are supported on row of posts. These are the posts which are supported to pipe. So what is the distance between pipes? So distance between pipes that called 15 meters. And this method is very rarely used. The second one, perforated pipe sprinkler. So this is a pipe or lateral pipe, and both sides the hole are provided or hole are drilled. Clear? So we can say that lateral pipes are perforated. So holes in the pipes are drilled on the top surface and specially designed to spray uniformly. Clear? So the water supply to the crop is uniformly throughout the period. Done? And that pipes are placed above the ground and with some spacing like this. So that first lateral pipe, that this is a second lateral pipe, third lateral pipe, so that have some distance or some spacing between that. Here, so that holes or that holes are both side of the pipe and which cover 16 meter to 15 meter width. Clear? So this width, one lateral pipe to between second lateral pipe, they cover that all width with that spray. So what is the operating pressure, which is a very important, 50 to 250 kilonewton per meter square. So this is the perforated pipe sprinkler, and when it is used or where it is used in orchard and nursery. Here, orchard means the fruit of garden. Here, then third one, rotating sprinkler. Here, so you already seen that what is the meaning of rotating sprinkler. So this is consist of one or two nozzle mounted on a body which is rotated slowly about which axis, vertical axis. Please remember that the rotating sprinkler is rotated about that vertical axis. Clear? So that jet which come from the nozzle which impale on the van and thrusted its aside. So that rotating sprinkler are placed on the riser pipe and are located just above the crop. Means that crop have a height 5 centimeter, and the stand or the rotating sprinkler has height 7 centimeter. Clear? So that height which depends on the crop height. Please remember that conditions. So already I said that height of the riser means that stand depends on the maximum height of the crop. So what is the minimum height? So minimum height of the riser which is zero point 0.3 meter. Clear? And diameter 25 mm. And when we use 20-meter dia, so then we will use 0.15 meter height for riser. Clear? So there are two conditions. So height which is 0.3 meter when we will use 25 mm dia lateral pipe, and second condition the riser height 0.15 meter when we will use lateral pipe which has dia 20 mm. So discharge of each sprinkler which is depend on the application rate and the spacing of sprinkler. Clear? Of the lateral pipeline and spacing of the upon spacing of the main pipeline. Clear? Which depends on discharge. So this is the formula to find out required discharge. Please remember that Q is equals to SLSM into Y divided by 3600. So what is the Q? Means discharge required for the sprinkler. Clear? So the values given directly, spacing of sprinkler along the lateral that called SM, and spacing of lateral along the main line that called SM, and application rate, water application rate is given which is in unit mm per hour, and spacing which is in meter, and spacing of lateral which is in meter. So we get discharge in liter per second. Clear? So this is a very important formula to find out discharge required from each sprinkler. Done? So this is a rotating sprinkler. So there are two or one nozzle. In this diagram, the two nozzles are provided. Clear? Next one, advantages. So what is the advantages of sprinkler irrigation? So you, as I said, that uniform applications of water is possible. Clear? Then erosion of soil is avoided, land preparation is not required, so the labor cost is minimum or reduced. So we get a maximum land for cropping because the border ditches are not required. So in this system, we use small sources of water. So we don't require large amount of water. So that time and amount of fertilizer can be controlled for applications. So crop damage from frost can be reduced. What is the frost? You know that. I don't discuss this. So in this, by the sprinkler irrigation, we have a better control on applications of water. Clear? So we get maximum efficiency of water application efficiency. Clear? We already discussed what is the meaning of water application efficiency. Clear? These are the advantages of sprinkler irrigation. So assessment of water can be done easily because we know the diameter here. So and we know the time. So we easily calculate the discharge. So this type of system is very useful to humid region here because the increase in humidity is less. So there are some limitations because every coin has a two sides. There are some limitations of sprinkler irrigation here. So the applications of water in sprinkler irrigation in the form of rainfall, which is in drizzle. So when the velocity of wind is very high, so the pattern of sprinkler or the pattern of applications is disturbed or distort or damaged. Clear? So that water must be clean and free from sand. When the water is not clean or that have impurities, so that pipe will be clogged and the power requirement is very high. Initial cost obviously is high. So this method is not useful for arid region because at that time high evaporation loss that covers large amount of area when applied of water. Clear? So this method is not efficient for clay soil. Clear? So the next topic is uniformity coefficient. Otherwise, we can say that CU, not a consumptive use. Please remember that there are two notations. First one, consumptive use means CU, and uniformity coefficient that called CU. Clear? So this is one type of index which find out degree of uniformity. Clear? Or uniformity of application of water. So that called as a uniformity coefficient or CU. Done? So it is affected by the pressure nozzle size relation. Clear? So sprinkler spacing and wind condition. So they affect like nozzle size is changed. So the sprinkler pattern or uniformity will be changed. Sprinkler spacing is changed. So the uniformity will be changed. So how can you calculate uniformity coefficient? So it is computed from the field observation. Clear? And in this method, that pan is used to measure the depth of water. So the one scientist, it is give the formula to determine uniformity coefficient for sprinkler irrigation. Clear? So the formula is Cu equals to 100 bracket 1 minus sigma x divided by m into n. So what is the notation? So m is equals to average value of all observation which is given. Total n equals to total numbers of observation point and x is equals to numerical deviations of individual observation. Clear? So we have that particular one example for this. We calculate after the completions of theory. Clear? Next.